All right, welcome everybody. I'm Sara, guiding you through this yoga sculpt class. As always, weights are an option. You can do small weights. I'm 3 pounds. If you know you want something bigger, go for it. We are just going to begin lying down on our backs. So try to find a comfortable space. And as you lay down, feel free to have your feet planted if that helps support your low back. If you want to, you can kind of work those feet out, let your knees fall in. Maybe place those hands somewhere on your torso. Sometimes I like to just kind of rock my head a little bit, side to side, or even windshield wiper the knees. And try to create a long back. And then if you're finding some movement, just settle into some stillness here. Even close the eyes. We'll take just a few breaths. Maybe it's the first time today that you're checking in with yourself, seeing how you're feeling. And just make sure those feet are planted firmly underneath you and underneath your knees. You just gently blink your eyes open. We're going to reach our arms straight up towards the ceiling and then make sure those palms are rotated in. We're going to try to just work our back a little bit here, so it won't be a lot of movement. So we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can actually kind of try to drop your shoulders into the ground. Almost like you're going to try to squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Now, as you inhale, try to lift your fingertips higher towards the ceiling, and you're going to start to kind of lift your shoulder blades. And then exhale, try to drop those shoulder blades back down, squeeze them together. Elbows stay straight. Inhale to start to lengthen, lift those fingers, arms higher. Exhale, drop those shoulders in. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, drop those shoulders, squeeze. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dropping those shoulder blades. And then just come back to that neutral spine. We're going to start to float those arms overhead, fingertips off the ground. Kind of relax the shoulders out of our ears. Begin to lift those legs up to a tabletop, keeping low back pressing into the floor. Inhale. And as we exhale, just extend your right leg long. Keep it off the ground. Inhale, pull it back up. Exhale, switch, left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Keep alternating the legs. Inhales, pull up. Exhales, lengthening. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed out of ears. Extend through those fingers, through the toes. Here for 8. Everything draws into our chest in 7. In 6. For 5. Keep breathing, move through 4. Last 3. 2. And finish it out. Draw knees back into our chest. Maybe let that head rock. Again, you can let your shins and knees rock a little bit side to side. And then planting those feet back to our mats and ground, arms down at our sides. We're going to inhale, start with the low back. Engage the glutes, rolling up through the spine. Exhale, roll back down, just kind of moving up and down, almost like a wave, pressing up. And roll back down one more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, roll back down. Now we're going to add the legs. So extending that left leg either out, floating off the ground, or you can lengthen that heel towards the ceiling, depending on how that left hamstring feels. Inhale, start to roll up. Exhale, as you roll down, just hover about 1 inch or 2 off the mat. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last two. Keep those hips off the ground. Even as you lower, one more lift up. And lower. Now lifting up, holding here. Wherever your leg is, keep it. And see if you can start to reach those arms back up towards the ceiling. And again, float those arms overhead. Wherever that left leg is, hold it here for 6. Draw that left foot back to the ground in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant that left foot, lower the arms, lowering the hips. We're going to switch that out. So extending right leg, either out or heel towards the ceiling. Inhale, press into the ground or lift the hips up. Exhale, start to lower, keep them off the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Last 2. Inhale, lift. And lower. 1 more. Lift. And lower. Now as we lift up, hold. Arms up towards the ceiling, then biceps by the ears, reaching overhead. Wherever that right leg is, keep it. We're here for 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, replant that right foot, 3, 2, and 1, plant that foot, lower hips, lowering the arms. Drawing those knees back in, you can rock side to side and make your way up into tabletop. Or if you want to, maybe move through a few rounds, rolling up and down the length of the spine, a little massage that way. We're going to meet up in our tabletop. Once we find that tabletop, we'll take a little stretch in the wrist. So start to rotate those fingers out or even back towards the knees. Maybe kind of rock a little bit back, lift the heels of your palms, stretch back forward. Let's take that a couple times. And then rotate those fingers back to the front, finding our tabletop. From here, we're going to step that left foot behind us and start to float our right arm forward, lifting that left leg, long spine. On our exhale, draw elbow to knee, curve the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, draw it in. Last time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. We're going to hold here. Now, if this is too much on that left wrist, you can always come down to your forearm. We're going to pulse right arm and left leg. Up and lower. Up and lower. You can take it small and slow, or you can take it a double time. Lift, 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 wherever you are. Here for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, tabletop 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to your tabletop. We'll switch that out. Right toes behind us. Left arm reaching forward, then begin to float that right heel. On our exhale, drawing elbow to knee, curve the back. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Elbow to knee. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, draw it in. Last time. Inhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, hold here. Again, you can always come down to that right forearm if you need to. We're going to start to pulse left arm and right leg, up and lower. You can take it small and slow or a little bit faster. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Tabletop 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to our tabletop. From here, we'll tuck our toes, walking hands towards our feet, little crouch and curl. Begin to stretch those legs out into a rag doll. To warm up low back and hamstrings even more, take those feet further apart. Feel free to grab your elbows, alternate some bends in our knees as we sway. Maybe check in on that head and neck, yep, nodding it yes or shaking it no. If you're holding your elbows, feel free to try to switch so your other hand is kind of on top. We'll release our hands back down, bring feet underneath our hips. We'll start to walk those hands forward into a down dog. Heels don't have to touch the ground, so you can keep a little bend in those legs. Maybe start to find a pedal, lift one heel and then the other. Keeping heads heavy as we look back between the legs. And begin to settle into our down dog, both heels towards our ground, even if they touch or not. A little softness in those knees. From here, see if you can plug those shoulders down onto our back. So rather than hunching up, try to glide them down. And start to lift your focus, look towards your thumbs, walk your feet all the way up to your hands, forward folds. We'll bring hands to our legs, long spine, find a halfway lift. And folding forward, chin to our chest as we roll up through our spine. Hands can even walk up the legs. So we come to standing, rolling our shoulders a couple times. Just as when we were lying down on our backs, try to keep a nice neutral spine. Head is just sitting right on top. And on our inhale, just reaching the arms up. On our exhale, take a side stretch to the right. Press into that left foot. Inhale, lift up through the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift up. Chest leads us forward, fold. Hands to the legs, halfway lift. As we fold, hands down, left foot back, low lunge. From here, we'll open arm twist, right arm high. If you want to, you can circle that wrist. Maybe start to open the arm, take circles. Go both ways. And from here, we're going to bring hands back down to the ground. We're going to spin hands and feet open to a wide forward fold. And then walking our hands back towards our front foot, we'll step back to a high plank, press out through both legs. Now we're going to add some toe taps. We're going to take right leg out, right foot in, left foot in, right, left, left. Try to keep everything else right where it is. Just your legs opening and closing. Here for 6. Keep pressing through your heels, long legs, 5. Down dog in 4. For 3. 2. Finish out that last one as feet come in, press back to your down dog. Breathe whenever you need to, in and out. Look to your hands, walk the feet up, forward, fold. Hands to our legs, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to reach our fingertips up, standing tall. And side stretch to your left, up and over. Inhale, lift up. Take it to the right. Inhale, lift up. Forward fold, chest coming down. Hands to the legs, halfway lift. Hands to our floor, right foot back, low lunge. Open twist, left arm high. Maybe start to circle out that wrist. If you wanted to add those arm circles, try to open the chest. Go both ways. As we bring that hand back down, turn hands and feet to our wide forward fold here. Letting that head and torso be heavy. As we turn back to our front foot, high plank, step both feet back long. We're going to take that same thing, but this time start with the left. Left out, left in, right in. Left, right, left, right. As we take this, again, think of keeping legs long, pressing through the heels for 8, for 7, for 6, last 5. We'll take our down dog 4, in 3, 2, 1 more. Feet come back in, pressing back into down dog. From here, coming into our tabletops, we're going to come down to our shins. We're going to come to our forearms, and you can either stack one hand on top, or if you prefer, you can interlace your hands. Doesn't matter which one, whatever feels best. We're going to retuck our toes, coming up into a dolphin. So we'll press our hips back up. Our head is going to stay heavy, looking back between our legs. If it feels okay, you can even walk your feet a little bit closer to your elbows. Now either hold in here and really pressing down through your arms, or you can start to lift your head, look towards your hands. See if you can shift forward and touch your nose or chin in front of your hands, and then press your hips back. These are dolphin kisses. So shifting forward, pressing back. Either stay where you are, or try a couple dolphin kisses. Shifting forward, pressing back. Wherever we are, forearms firmly pressing into the ground. Try to keep those elbows underneath your shoulders so they don't start to wing out to the sides. We're hugging them in, so we're using our whole shoulder girdle and our back. Forward and back. Maybe try 2 or 3 more if you're shifting. And we're going to come back up into our down dog. Release those hands, back up. Head is heavy. And look to our hands, walk those feet up, forward, fold. Inhale, hands to the legs, halfway lift. Folding forward. Now inhale, chair, bend the knees, sit your hips down, reaching the arms up. Try to plug those shoulders down. We're going to take these little toe taps. So shifting into our right foot, lift that left heel. We're going to try to squeeze that knee in, step back to your high crescent lunge. And then shift back forward, tap that left toe. Step back, high crescent lunge. Bring it in. Step back and in. Whenever we step back, try to press through that heel and in. 2 more. Back and in. Last one. Back and in. Now step it back. High crescent lunge. Hands in the heart center. We're going to take a little twist. Twist towards the right. Tap that left elbow to our knee and start to unwind, come back up. Again, twist, lean forward, tap, come back up. Think of inner thighs trying to squeeze towards each other. Stabilizing that balance. Use the core. Again, tap, back up. Last 2. Tap and up. 1 more. Tap. And up, high crescent lunge, opening up to our warrior 2. Press open into that right knee. We're going to straighten that right leg, lift up, reverse triangle, stretch that right side. Think of that side stretch through the whole right rib cage. Bending into that front knee, extend side angle, elbow can come to our leg, left arm up. Start by pressing the feet into our ground to stretch the leg, reverse triangle, big transition, cartwheel the hands all the way down, low lunge. We're going to float that right leg up into a 3-leg down dog. See if you can hold that leg as we high plank. Keep floating that right leg. Release that foot from knees or your toes. Hug the elbows in, lower all the way down. We're going to lift our hands, hug the elbows in, lifting our chest, cobra. Release, tabletop or high planks. Tuck the toes, press back down, dog. Look to our hands, walk those feet up, forward fold, hands to the legs, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair, knees bend, hips drop low, reaching up. Plug those shoulders down towards the ribs. Taking those taps on the other side. Shift into your left foot, lift your right heel. Step that foot back, crescent lunge. Squeeze that knee back in, tap down. Stepping back and in. Try to keep yourself low on your left leg. Extend right leg and in. 4 more. Stepping back and in. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Staying there. High crescent lunge. Hands in a heart center. We twist towards our left. Tap that elbow to our knee. Unwind. Come back up. Twist. Tap forward. Unwind. Up. Twist and tap. Unwind. Press through that back heel. Think of inner thighs squeezing in towards each other and the center. Last 3. And up for 2. And 1. Coming up high crescent lunge. Front leg can stay. Open up to your warrior 2. Adjust that back heel. We'll straighten that left leg, reverse triangle, stretching that left side, lift tall. And then bending that front knee, elbow can come to the leg, right arm up, extend side angle. Press the feet into the ground to straighten that left leg, reverse triangle. Big transition, hands cartwheel to our front foot, low lunge. Float that left leg, 3 leg down dog. Hold that leg as we high plank. Release that foot from your knees or toes, hug those elbows and lower all the way down. Start to float those hands, lift the chest, cobra, squeezing legs into the ground. Release, tabletop or high plank. Tuck the toes, down dog. All right, coming back into our tabletop. You can take a moment again, just maybe sink your hips towards your heels. Take a little child's pose if you need to. Otherwise, if you have your weights, we did this last week if you joined me. So we're going to take one of our weights and we're going to tuck it underneath our left knee. So if you have your weights, you can add it. If you have your weights and you don't even want to take it, feel free to adjust. You're going to tuck that right in, cradle it into our left knee. Coming back up to our hands, or again, you can come to your forearms, interlace if you'd like to. And now what we're going to do is we're going to keep squeezing, flex that left foot, and we're going to start to float that foot towards the ceiling and draw that knee in. You can add your calf back. Press that heel up, lengthen your spine, draw that knee in. Pressing up, draw the knee in. You're going to keep squeezing that weight behind your leg. Lifting up, draw it in. 4, 3, pull it in. For 2, and in. And 1, and in. Now from here, just float that leg off the ground. And you're just going to lift it out, bring it back in. Lift and lower. Out and in. Keep squeezing. In. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll release that shin down. You can bring that weight out from behind that left knee. We're going to switch. So taking it behind the right knee, cradle it, squeeze that knee, flex your right foot. Now again, if you need to, you can come to your forearms this time around. We're going to start to press that right heel high. Maybe as you draw that knee in, you cat back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, press up, draw it in. lift up, squeeze it in. Pressing up and squeeze. Up and squeeze. 4, 3, pull it in. For 2, and in. 1, and in. Now just float that leg off the ground. Keep it squeezed and flexed. Take that right leg out, back in. Up and lower. Up and lower. Only 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that shin down. Take that weight out from underneath you. Bring your weights kind of towards the front of your space, kind of in front of your hands. Tuck your toes, stretching up and back into our down dog. All right, here, take a little lift in your heels. Pressing our heels back down. Now we're going to send our right leg high. Stretch it up. Draw that knee into your nose. Find that cat back. Stretch that right leg high. Again, knee to nose. One more. Stretch that right leg up. Bring it all the way through low lunge. We're going to grab those weights. Hug those elbows in. Come up into your high crescent lunge. We're going to goalpost our arms. And we're going to draw our elbows in as we tap that left knee down. Press and lift. Draw it in. Up and in. Now you can just bend and straighten that back knee, or you can even add that front knee, bending deep, stretching up, in, and stretch. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now find your high crescent lunge. Airplane the arms, chest leans forward. Hold right here. Add a little pulse in those triceps if you'd like. Press through that back heel. Here for 6, for 5, 4, weights to the ground in 3, 2, 1. Hug those weights in, drop them down, come up to your warrior 2. Stretch that right leg, reverse triangle, find that breath. Bend that front knee, extend, side angle option this time. Maybe stretch that arm overhead. Press the feet into the ground, reverse triangle. Hands all the way to our front foot, find that low lunge. From here, back knee down. We're going to take a half split. Pull that right hip back. Toes can stay down or flex that right foot, soften the chest. Next breath, come back to our low lunge. Step right back up to our down dog. Press the ground away, stepping back. Inhaling our left leg high. Draw that knee to your nose, cat back, shift forward. Inhale, stretch up. Knee to nose, one more time. Stretch that left leg. Step it all the way through, low lunge. You have your weights, grab them, coming up high crescent lunge. Again, goalpost the arms, and this time we're going to press up as we straighten the knee, sink low, drop those knees, drop your elbows, stretch up and lower, pressing up and lower, up and down. Again, you can just bend and straighten that back knee, or you can fully extend that front leg too, up. Here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then come up to your high crescent lunge. Airplane the arms. Now this time we're going to add a little out and in, and it's behind you. So you're kind of thinking of your elbows drawing away from you, out to the sides, back in, out and in. Holding your legs for 4, 3, 2, 1, draw those hands in, weights come down, warrior 2, open out. Stretch that left side, reverse triangle. Let that breath flow here. Extend side angle, maybe top arm towards our ear. Press the feet down, reverse triangle. Hands all the way to our front foot, low lunge. Back knee down, half splits. Toes can stay down or lift them up as we fold. Take another just couple breaths. Coming back to our low lunge, we'll press away into our down dog right away. Now inhaling to our high plank. So you're gonna see that those weights are in front of you. We're gonna try to take a chaturanga. So you're gonna hug your elbows in. You can even come down to your knees. Shoulders out of our ears. We're gonna hug our elbows in. We're gonna start to lower. Think of hovering above your weights or your mat about 5 inches. From here, start to press your chest forward. As you stretch your arms, see if you can pull your low belly in. Press the tops of the feet into the ground to lift up your legs. So I'm hovering my knees off our mats. Then we're gonna pull our low belly in, tuck those toes, high plank, and down dog. We're gonna take that a little more smoothly. So high plank, from your knees or your toes, hug your elbows in, your chest is forward, you're looking towards your weights. Flip those feet if you need to, stretch your arms, lift your kneecaps, pull your low belly up and in, then press your hips up, step your toes underneath, pressing back down dog. From here, looking to our hands, bring those feet up, forward, fold. Hands to the legs, halfway lift, and folding forward. We're gonna take those weights, bend our knees and coming up to standing, hug those elbows in. So we're gonna add just a little bit here. We're gonna try to keep both legs straight and just working the legs first. So shifting into our right leg, we're gonna try to lift that left leg straight up and in and out and in. You're gonna think of your toes pointing to the ceiling and then pointing forward so they don't turn up towards the ceiling. Straight up, as it's out, they still point forward. Up and out. Lifting up, out. 3 more and lift. Out. For 2, out. 1, out. Replace that foot down, switching into your left leg, right toes. Lift straight up and lower. Out. Toes stay pointing to the front. Lift and out. Hug those elbows in. We're just holding our weights here. We'll use them in a minute. Lift. Out. Last 4. Out. For 3. Out. 2. And 1. Take that leg back down. From here, bending our knees back into our chair. We're going to take eagle legs. So you're going to cross that left knee over your right. Tap those left toes down. You're going to think of your right knee pressing into your left knee to sink your hips low. We're going to add bicep curls. So if you want to, you can try to float that left leg up and lower. Lift and lower. So maybe finding a little extra balance and stability by just being on your right leg, or tap those left toes down. Lift and lower. In for 3, 2, hold those eagle legs. 1. Now hug those elbows out to the side. Weights are in. We're going to try to take that twist we did earlier by adding our weights. So toes can touch down. We're going to twist towards the left. Tap your elbow. Come back up. We're adding the weights. So a little bit more in your abdominals. Twist and tap. We might not even touch elbow to knee, which is okay. Lower and up. Try to stay low in your hips. For 3, for 2, and 1. We come back up, stretch and unwind those legs. Then give them just a little bit of a shake. Keep those elbows out. Now draw those elbows in, back in, bending into our knees. We're gonna take that right knee on top, eagle legs. Maybe hold here, tap those toes down. Bicep curls, up and lower, up. Try to keep everything else where it is. Up and lower, keep kind of pressing those knees forward, but weight into our heel. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now draw the arms in, elbows out. You can be up or down on those front toes. We're going to take our twist towards the right, tap the elbow and up. Elbows stay wide as we lean forward and up, down. Again, toes can be tapped, little extra stability. For 3, for 2, and 1. As we come up, unwind those legs, bring those elbows back in, bend those knees, take your forward fold, hands to our legs, halfway lift. We're gonna come right back into our down dog, press those hips high. All right, coming back down to our shins. If you have your weights, move them off to the side. We're gonna do one more thing, right and left, before we take a quick cool down. So from our tabletop, we're gonna actually sink our hips towards our heels for a moment, and you're gonna kind of kick your feet off to the left side. So we're down on our hips. So we're gonna keep that, but now you're just gonna kind of rock your weight back forward. So from here, making sure that we're not too far forward that we're taking weight off our knees. We're going to be back a little bit, but we're finding this little bit of a twist. And all you're going to do is you're going to start to bend your elbows in, and you're going to lower, press back up. So there's a little bit of a twist as we take this. Lower and up. Lower and up for 4, 3, 2, 1. As we come back up, see if you can switch. You can kind of let those feet fall towards the right, or you can kind of sit back. Make sure those feet are adjusted. We're going to come back forward, hands right underneath our shoulders. Again, it's a little bit of a twist in core engagement. Obliques lower and up. Keep that chest forward, elbows in, but broad back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. Then you can bring those feet back to the middle. Just sit back. Take a couple shoulder rolls. And just feel free to sit off to one side. We're going to come to our bound angle pose. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. And take a little rock side to side. All right, we're going to reach that right arm towards our ceiling. Bring that hand behind our head. If you want to cap it with your left hand, maybe you can start to close the eyes. You can sit nice and tall. Let those knees just relax. If you're capping with your left hand, just release that left hand down. And then we're going to just reach that right arm up and take a little side stretch. Now as we do so, maybe that right knee starts to pop up. You gently place a hand down, let that knee stay open. And sitting ourselves back up, we can start to fold forward. We're going to fully invite that breath back in. And sitting ourselves back up. This time we'll raise that left hand, bring that hand behind the head towards the shoulder blades. You can cap it with the right hand if you'd like. Try to sit up tall, but relax the rib cage. If you were capping, bring that right hand down, reaching the left arm back up. We'll take our side stretch to the right. If that left knee pops up, gently press it down and open. And we'll start to come back up and folding over the legs. As we sit ourselves back up, we'll extend our legs straight out in front. We're going to roll down onto our backs and replant those feet, knees towards the ceiling, just as we did at the very start. Now, having your arms down at your side, we're going to try to keep our head neutral. So if you want to take a moment and just gaze towards me and your camera at first. So I'm going to do it once, then you can do it with me. We're going to lift our heels. We're going to start to float our toes, and then both knees pulling into our chest. And then see if you can really press into the floor. Maybe start to really curl and start to even lift your hips just a little bit. So big activation in the core and the arms. Then slowly lower your low back, your hips, your toes, and your heels. So you can try that with me. Lift the heels, lift those toes, peel them off the floor, draw those knees in. Maybe stay here, really press into the arms, squeeze your knees towards your chest. Use your core to try to float a little bit. Slowly lower the low back, hips, toes, and heels. Now, if you want to take that up into your plow, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to start to roll all the way up onto your shoulders. So I'll do that twice, lifting heels, toes, draw those knees in. Now, as you draw your knees in, you're going to press your hands down, kind of lift your toes to roll up, then bring your hands to your low back to support you. Keep your head exactly where it is. If you want to stretch those legs, toes might touch overhead, they might not. You can hold there. Once you feel ready, you're going to bend your knees back towards your forehead and your chest. Lower your arms. Use that same resistance. Press those legs in towards your chest to melt down through your spine, toes and heels relax. If you hadn't taken it yet and you want to try it out, drawing those knees in, you're going to try to roll up, then use your hands. Keep them into your low back. Head stays exactly where it is. If you took this plow, you're going to draw your knees closer towards your chest and forehead, hands into the ground. Use that resistance to try to gently roll back down. So your low back is just rolling into our mat and floor. We'll draw our knees in. Taking a little twist here, legs can stay together. Let them fall towards the left. Arms, maybe reach out to a T. Couple full deep breaths. When you're ready, use an exhale to draw one leg at a time back into the center. And then we'll let them fall towards the right. Again, arms just opening wide. Full breath. When you feel ready, use an exhale to bring one leg at a time back into the center. Maybe hands around our shins, forehead to our knees as we take a big breath in. And when we exhale, just release everything down into the floor. We're just going to stay here for about 5 big breaths. Try to let everything go physically. Try to relax the body, parts of the body, the face, the shoulders, jaw. And then exhale and empty everything out, all the air from our lungs. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Big breath in. Full exhale. Big breath in. Full exhale. Big breath in. Full exhale. One more big breath in. And full exhale. All right. Nice work, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I'm Sara, guiding you through that yoga sculpt class. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.